Hello, everyone. I watched the second season of Luke Cage. No, this is not a spoiler of Luke Cage, so don't click away. But one of my favorite characters, and I like sci-fi. I'm starting to like some of the comic book characters, but for some reason, I don't know what it is. I tend to gravitate towards the villains, and I would like to know more about their backstories. So in Luke Cage, if you've seen the second season of Luke Cage, in the first season you had Diamondback, who was the villain there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in my opinion, he was not really a good villain. And you had Cottonmouth as well, and very good actor. In that, I forget his name. Y'all have to remind me in the comment section. The actor who played Cottonmouth, Cornell Stokes. And so in the second season, you have Bushmaster, Johnny Bushmaster MacGyver, played by MUSTAFA SHAKIR, this young man here. And he's from Harlem, I believe. He's from New York. But his Jamaican accent was on point throughout the whole season when he came on as Bushmaster all the way to the end. And I don't know what it is, but for some reason he reminded me of Paul Campbell, who played Mad Max in the movie Shot Us. If you remember, Mad Max was crazy as hell in that movie. I mean, he had that look like, don't mess with me. And when he went off and was killing people and knocking people off, it was like, damn, this guy's crazy. And that was, in some of the scenes, I don't know, people may disagree or agree, but some of the scenes, Bushmaster had that look in his eye like, like Mad Max did on Shot Us. If you go back and watch the movie Shot Us, you'll see what I'm talking about. And Paul Campbell is a legendary actor, I think, from Jamaica. He's been in other movies as well. There was one I can't remember the name of off the top of my head, but Shot Us is the most popular one he was in. I think, who was it? Was it Damian Marley? I think it was in that movie. But it was good. It was a good movie. Classic movie. They had a lot of classic lines in that movie from Mad Max as well. So, getting to Mustafa Shakir, who is playing Bushmaster in Luke Cage, here is a conversation he's having with Sci-Fi Wire. I'll leave a link in the description box. This is for educational entertainment purposes only. I do not own this video, do not own the copyright of this video or the trademarks thereof, and the views found here in this interview do not reflect the views of my channel. So I will play this, and that was a little disclaimer. I will play this, and if I feel like interjecting or giving some commentary at the end, I will, but let me pull it back some so I can start the interview. And let me know what you think in the comment section. Like, comment, share, subscribe. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Those of you who are already subscribed, thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. And I'll talk to you in the next video.
When it was time to do, I can backflip. But when it's time to do it, I was like, I would hurt myself right now. You know what I mean? So it's good to have stunt doubles or several of them,
Bushmaster. What makes him so scary?
We hope you never have to find out.
Mustafa, are you ready for the Marvel fans? Like, you're a huge part of Luke Cage Season 2.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because I haven't experienced it, but yeah, I probably can.
Prepare yourself.
Prepare myself.
Yeah, every Comic-Con after this is going to be different.
It's going down?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
How does it feel to be part of the Marvel Wiki now?
It's super cool, kind of surreal, because I used to watch all the Marvel Universe anthology magazines, so it's like the same thing but digitized. So I can imagine thumbing through there and seeing myself. It would be just
and some kid, it's like,
yeah,
this is amazing.
Yeah, it's super cool.
It sounds like you were a pretty big comic book fan growing up, am I right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you know about Bushmaster before you got the role?
I only knew a little bit about Bushmaster, to be quite honest. Like, Luke Cage was on the radar, but I was like a big Spider-Man, and like Alpha Flight was everything for me. So like I knew a little bit about him. When I heard about it, I thought it was like Quincy, you know, the dude with the mechanical tail. And I was like, how's that gonna go over in Harlem?
Yeah. A tail on a black man in probably would not go down well.
Yeah.
I actually said that to Cheo. I'm like, please don't let this be his brother with the tail. He's like, no.
Like, that's a hard one.
Now, what was your favorite comic book character in Alpha Flight?
The twins.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, why? Was it their powers? Or just
I just like that. Yeah. I always wanted a twin. You know what I mean? Somebody who I could just like do everything with and sort of knew the ins and outs of me. And that was cool.
I have twin brothers. It's overrated.
Really?
It's probably because I'm the only girl.
Yeah, you jealous. That's what it really is. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. No.
They're not fun because they're little brothers. They're not fun.
Oh, yeah, twin little brothers. It's like having puppies or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm calling them that.
I ain't starting nothing.
Now, Bushmaster in the comics was from the Caribbean, but in Luke Cage Season 2, they made him Jamaican.
Yeah.
Now, your accent, your patois sounded real.
Harlem is mine.
Are you from Jamaica? Do you have family from
No, not from Jamaica. I'm like, I got Nigerian roots, and my mom is from the South. But, you know, it's New York, and I grew up around a lot of, you know, Jamaicans, Islanders, St. Kitts, all of the, you know, the Caribbean. So I just took it in, you know, I'm a sponge.
Did you talk to other people and try to, that are from the island, to try and practice on certain words and certain...
I mean, I think the most I did was like listen to a bunch of like interviews, like with Usain Bolt, and I watched The Harder They Come like 1,000 times, maybe 1,005, you know, like, you know, there's a few. But yeah, that was it. It was that, and my experience is just soaking it up. And it's one of the accents that I practiced my whole life. Like, you know, it was just always there to play around with. You know, I was that kind of kid.
How did you physically prepare for the role? Because even looking at you now, I feel like your face embodied, like every part of you embodied this character. Your face even looks different than Bushmaster's face.
Yeah. It's what somebody's like that. It must be cool to like fully step into a character that way. Physically, I just took in as much information as possible and allowed the truth of his story to come out. You know, I channel Bushmaster is the best way to say it. I didn't do a bunch of like, he's gonna do this and that, like not specificity, just information, feelings, impressions, and then whatever came out, came out.
Did Cheo give you a fence? Did Cheo give you like, don't go too far this way or that way, or did he just let you go?
He let me go. It was after like the 4th take from the first episode. He was like, that thing you did right at the end, keep that. And I was like, all right, nice. You know, and it was a feeling.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Now, is Bushmaster really a bad guy?
I don't think so.
Why?
Well, first off, you can't judge your characters. You know, that's rule number 1 as an actor. But I feel like all his motivations are noble. You know, you have to ask yourself, if you're put in that same situation and those things happen to you, what would you do? You know? And those are some big life events to like just swallow and go about your day, you know? So I think like overall, he wants the best. Like, he's looking out for his people, is what he's thinking, you know, and it's just an overzealous way of doing so.
Now, you live in Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
So what was it like shooting a project in Harlem?
Like super cool, like the best homecoming ever, you know?
You didn't have a big long commute, I'm assuming.
Well, sometimes, because, you know, the stages are in Brooklyn, but yeah, you know, I had the luxury of walking to set a couple days. Yeah.
That's lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we interviewed Cheo, and he said he praised your physical work. In fact, in the trailer and in a few scenes, I couldn't tell the difference between you and your stunt double. Now, do you know capoeira?
I've done some capoeira. You know, not like, I haven't mastered it by any stretch of the imagination, but, you know, I'm a real physical dude. I like to move every day.
So that backflip was you in the trailer?
No, that would be dangerous. And we did that at like 1 in the morning. I'm like, nah, when it was time to do it, I can backflip. But when it's time to do it, I was like, I would hurt myself right now. You know what I mean? So it's good to have stunt doubles or several of them, you know?
Oh, did you have several?
We have a couple.
Okay.
A couple, yeah.
Now, that means there was some training involved.
Yeah.
So what was that training? Was it a months and months of training? Did you just train yourself, or did like Marvel, Netflix have you train for this role?
Well, we had like dance class, you know, like you go and learn the choreography of the scene or whatever, and you do it. But I would take it home and just run it through the paces, so I can get it in my body, muscle memory, that sort of thing. Yeah. So it was not that much training, to be quite honest. I just had to go home, look at the videos, and just, you know, shadow box mostly.
But you didn't just shadowbox this role. You personally are also keep fit on your own.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
totally.
like not all I did was shadowbox.
I know, just with in terms of like the choreography. No, on my own personal thing. Yeah, I get it in.
Okay.
I get it in. Yeah.
John, I feel, is the Killmonger of Luke Cage season 2. Now, I get that he's protecting his people, but he has a lot of anger. Some of that anger is justified, and there's shades of it. How did you work through those emotions?
Like you have to think about your character as being completely right, and in that you stop judging, and when you stop that judgment, it's just like a regular conversation with anybody. Like there's varying levels. I'm going to talk to this person differently than that person. I'm going to be more angry with this person than that person. It all depends, but. Yeah, it's just coming from a headspace, you know, and like, it's hard to explain. It's an internal process, really, about allowing and reflecting.
Dorian Missick, who is in this season, Simone Missick's husband, asked me to ask you. Apparently, on YouTube, you are giving some poetry and some singing.
Oh, yeah.
Did you have any poetry for Luke Cage? Did you have any raps that you came up with for Luke Cage?
I didn't come up with any for Luke Cage. They didn't ask me, but, you know, if they ask me, I'll do it today, you know, but yeah, that's another story.
Okay, so that's the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. I may do a review on Luke Cage. I'd like to do it on a hangout version or hangout format, maybe on my channel or someone else's channel. But like I said earlier, let me know what you think in the comments section, and I hope you get a chance to watch Luke Cage Season 2. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you in the next one.